Thank you. A local food pantry isn't just making sure people have enough to eat, but also toothbrushes and toothpaste, basic needs that many people don't have access to.
Kristen Allen joining us live outside Peter's Pantry in Manitowoc this morning. And Kristen, this is a pilot program in place. The pantry wants to keep it going.
That's absolutely right. And Peter's Pantry is right here behind me. They recently partnered with an organization called America's ToothFairy to hand out some of those items such as toothbrushes and toothpaste. But the pantry serves hundreds of families each week and really needs the community's help to sustain this pilot program to be able to continue to give out these supplies. The general manager here at the pantry says that sometimes they see people who come in with significant dental problems. Another focus that they are trying to do is education, teaching people what kinds of foods are actually healthier for their teeth, such as crunchy vegetables, which can actually clean teeth, or dairy, which contains calcium. Things like toothpaste and toothbrushes aren't covered under programs such as SNAP or WIC. Dental hygiene plays a big role in overall health and can even impact things like employment.
If people have no ability to take good care of their teeth, they can have bad breath, they can have teeth that look unclean, they can also get gingivitis, they can have plaque. If you're an adult and wanting to apply for a job and you have poor access to dental care, you may be less likely to be hired.
So if you have any items such as unopened toothbrushes, toothpaste, mouthwash, floss, any of those things can be donated right here at Peter's Pantry. For more information, you can head to our website, wbay.com/links. Reporting live in Manitowoc, Kristen Allen, Action 2 News.